Hey everybody, I see four of you are in here. Hey Roger, anybody has any questions upon this whole situation of me calling the police? Now is your time for a Q&A. I'll stay on here as long as you guys have questions. So ask away. So if you guys have any questions on me calling the police, now is your time to ask. Well, I mean, I know what I did. I don't have any questions, but obviously some of you have questions, so ask away. Yeah. He called the cops on me. He called a county dispatch, put my address out there, acted like a little bitch, and said that I'm unwell, and that's because he's a governmental agent. Next question. Well, so I'll talk while you guys are thinking if you want to ask any questions or whatever the fuck. But uh, basically, it comes down to this: that a lot of people, auditors don't like me, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not in this for popularity. I'm in this to protect the First Amendment, and to protect the Constitution, to educate. And if people like what I'm doing, that's fine. If people don't, then unsubscribe. I'll keep saying that until I have zero subscribers. But so this whole nonsense that somehow that I'm creating fake audits and I'm being dishonest to my viewership. I try to understand the lunacy, but I don't understand. I mean, if auditors are of the opinion, Central Intelligence Agency, that's what that stands for. Anyway, um, if people are of the opinion that I'm fabricating my audit because I call the police, then I don't understand how that makes any sense. Because if I'm truly fabricating my audits, then that means that I'm paying off police and I'm staging the whole thing, and that's just not true. I mean, everything you see on an audit that I go to is real. And now that I call the police to get the interaction to see if there's going to be a good, negative, or indifferent a reaction. So if you don't understand that, then I can't help you guys. So I'm not cutting my losses because I'm not wrong. No, I didn't stage it by calling the police. See, here's where I wish that all of us could sit in a room and have a licensed therapist to kind of, break it down how you guys are out of your fucking mind. Hey, Sticky Ketchup, how you doing? Hope you're not too sticky today. That regardless of who calls the police or who doesn't call the police, my goal is to gauge the reaction, good or bad. So I post a good reactions or indifferent reactions with law enforcement. I mean, you will notice that some auditors, hell, they'll yell and scream at a cop going by or flip him or her off to get the interaction. Okay? So then they get a reaction. So I simply pick up my telephone and say, hey, there is a guy or people taking photographs. If you guys want to come out, great. If you don't, don't. But the other part of this is the onus should be on the dispatcher and the cops to ask questions. Well, is the person on public property? Is the person doing anything illegal? Is the person doing anything that warrants us to dispatch an officer? And so somehow the swine is a fat, easy target, I guess. And here's what I don't understand, Roger, and hopefully, you're of a clear mind today, sir, is I did not get Noman arrested. Noman went down to North Liberty on his own volition. I did not coerce, kidnap, or do anything to make Noman get in a vehicle with me and drive 15 minutes outside of South Bend to do an audit. Noman, all of this on his own volition. And so if people just can't understand it, then it's not going to do me any good of beating a dead horse. But so I did not put Noman's life in danger, okay? If you guys understand this, I was there too. I was chased around North Liberty for at least 15 minutes by a drunk, intoxicated, just out of control chief of police. So my life was in danger too. But I'm prepared to suffer any consequences for auditing the cops because they don't like to be audited, okay? So if people are not prepared to actually die for this cause, then they shouldn't be doing it. And if people are still of the opinion that somehow I'm endangering Noman, then I've explained myself. I stand by my actions, and you guys have the power of my channel. You can subscribe or not subscribe, unsubscribe. If you don't like the content, or if you don't like the fact that I call police, please, save your, I'm getting some text, save yourself the aggravation of listening to me. But Ranger Horse, I would love to have a conversation with me because I was arrested on the 11th. So how am I sacrificing anybody? So does anybody else have any other questions? So I think that John Smith, everybody should unsubscribe to my channel. No. No, I don't. The other component to this is if you guys look at other auditors, so I'm not saying that getting arrested is the idea of Ranger Horse. That's your misperception. That if you guys look at, how everybody's attacking me, I mean, for picking up a phone and for doing an honest audit, it's apparent to me that Black Label and others, don't like honesty. And, at my civil trial, I'm going to subpoena other auditors who I know for a fact are doing the same thing, and we will see that I'm not the only one doing this, that it is a common practice, and it is a preference, I don't want to turn, I don't want to turn the lights on. Anyway, it's a personal preference upon, if somebody wants to, act. So that's a personal preference. I guess it's an unwritten rule that somehow, actually I violated some unwritten rule or something, and so I'm fine, upon actually blazing, a new trails and new paths. And so if If anybody or everybody wants to jump on the swine, you know, I have broad shoulders, that's fine, and I'll take it and give it back. And it's great fodder for YouTube. It's great for everybody else's channels um, who can profit off the swine content. That's fine. I am all about helping others. But if anybody else doesn't have any other questions about why I call the police, and I'm going to get off here. You know, wow, look, there's light. Okay, I don't choose to have light. So Bill Norwood, I'll say this again, and then obviously, you know, I'm just going to have to make bumper stickers of this. Say it again, there, Bill, is the reason why I feel it's an invaluable tool to an auditor to actually... that's to you, Michigan Cop Watch. To actually, you know, I as an auditor feel that I have an obligation to my audience. The First Amendment, the community I can engage if it's an audit, and to myself and to others, to actually, if they're just going to be nice individuals, then so cannot discern that if they don't have the contact or the interaction. And so that's basically why I call the police is, you know, I need to actually get a good sense of how they're going to treat me. And so that's why I do it, to hold them accountable. And obviously, a lot of you and others so I love my troll, a Sticky Ketchup, who is a Fusion Center employee. I love that. I love all my trolls, everybody. Anyway, you know, Bill, I guess you're going to have to draw in crayon for me. I do not understand the conflict of interest. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, think about this. Just think of the argument that you morons are making, okay? What difference? Now, just follow me down the road. What difference does it make if I call the police, or somebody else calls the police, or nobody calls the police? I mean, I as an auditor feel it's important to get the interaction so I can properly gauge how law enforcement is going to react. So Black Label is saying, oh man, that swine, he's fake. But Black Label has an agenda. Black Label, you know, all due respect to the people who's a subscriber, I'm a subscriber to him. I fucking hate him personally, but, you know, I like his content. And, you know, he's a governmental agent. And he's such a tough guy that he attacks me while I'm in jail. And yet, he won't have me on his show because the consensus behind the scenes is, with all the powers to be, are, well, we don't want swine. We don't want swine on Black Label Live because he's unpredictable. He's going to expose us for the frauds that we are. And, I mean, a Black Label is a fraud. I mean, Black Label, if the people are smart enough to actually see through Black Label's lies and deception, is that he doesn't actually create any content. Hell, for example, fucking that fat fuck up fucking north, he's like the Hilton sisters. He's famous from other people's fucking fame. So he sits in his fucking house. Everything that he has to a certain extent is paid for by other auditors. So then he uses the felonious argument. Oh, well, you know, swine, I didn't monetize on your video. Okay, but you put your fucking fat Patreon account, your GoFundMe, your t-shirts, and then, see, this is what he does as just a tactic. He put the links to my ad to Noman's video in the description, but he didn't put it as a hyperlink. So we as humans are lazy. So no one's going to take the time to actually, you know, write it out due to the fact you can't fucking copy it. Well, anyway, does anybody else have any content or questions? If not, I'm going to get off here. Well, you know, I love how everybody is sympathetic to Roger, or excuse me, to Noman. But you know, Noman got in the car, and he's gonna file a lawsuit. And you know, I don't notice anybody else who was there trying to get him out, and stayed there. Got him bacon, got him some Gatorade. I took him back to fucking Gary, and so so if you guys don't like me, please, I'm gonna keep saying this until I'm down to 0 subscribers, and then I can go back to my life. Is please, 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 please unsubscribe. If you don't like me, please unsubscribe. But I feel that a lot of you who are gonna get on this movement that I have on, that you like the honesty, you like, you know, somehow that you perceive me as crazy, you like the fact that I'm interesting, and you like, you know, the content. If you don't, please go away. And does anybody else have any more questions? Oh, so I'd like to talk about Noman for a moment. So, because I'm the good guy that I am, I drove about 40 plus minutes to Gary, Indiana on Saturday to get Noman and take him to Michigan City so that he could get a new car because he's having issues with his car. The CIA isn't paying him enough, so he has to get a new car. Actually, to fix his old car, so he has to get a new car. You know, I know that didn't make sense, but anyway, moving on. So I was there to take him to Michigan City, and so somehow a Noman is so smart that he didn't set up a time to go pick up the car. So we're on our way back to Michigan City, and Noman finds out the guy is in a different fucking county, and he's not there. Okay, so then I decide, okay, well, let's get something to eat in Valpo. They have a lot of a food selection there. Let's go there. And I'm getting to my point there, Snitch. And so then we get done eating, and, you know, he's harping me for fucking at least 10 minutes. Let's go to Porter County Jail. Let's go to Porter County Jail. Let's go to Porter County Jail. He just won't fucking stop. So, like, his modus operandi at that point, because he's a fucking governmental fucking agent scumbag, and I'm referring to Noman fucking cocksucking little fat Anesio, is that he fucking set that whole fucking deal up where that he knew I was not going to identify, and the goal was to get me arrested. And so all these people, that'll be next. They're a real law. I got some other things I want to do, but that'll be next. John Smith, please do not subscribe. If you don't like my fucking mouth, get out of here. Go kiss a fat ass's fucking fat ass. Fucking do not be on the live stream if you don't want honesty. I mean, I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass. Now, I'll be nice to my piglets, but I'm not going to fucking kiss anybody's ass. So my point is that Noman Nesio fucking set me up so that I would get arrested. And, you know, he gave the perception of helping me while I was out. But, you know, he was just furthering the swine bashing agenda and furthering this bullshit. So any other questions? I mean, how is swearing being dishonest? Hey, Black Label, how are you, sir? So, you know, I love how you're such a big man, how you can call my fucking audits, you know, fucking fake, and I'm a phony and all this bullshit, but, you know, you won't fucking have me on your fucking live show. I mean, I would love to fucking come on so that, I mean, we could literally hash out our differences so that then we could get back to the First Amendment. But, you know, I'm good for your channel, so you keep attacking me. You won't fucking have me on because you're a fucking fat bitch. And so, I mean, you can talk about, you know, well, because you're a governmental agent, Black Label. That's why you don't want me on your show. I would fucking tear your fat ass up. You don't want me on your fucking show because, you know, you love to fucking talk about me, so you generate income, so you make money off of the swine, because the swine, you know, love me, hate me, think I'm crazy. I'm great content. And so the notion that somehow, absolutely, you fat bastard. I mean, look at how you're attacking me. You attacked me for an hour and a half, you fat fuck, in fucking jail. You knew I was in jail. So then I had fucking no fucking opportunity so I could defend myself. Even now, I have a small channel, so you're still taking pop shots because you're fucking at least almost 100 times bigger than me. So you think that if you say that I do fake audits enough times so you convince yourself, well, then everybody else is convinced. So, you know, I don't understand you, Black Label. You know, I will still subscribe to your channel because I love your content that you know, just use from everybody else. You don't actually create a fucking product, Black Label. You're like the fucking Paris Hilton and her fucking sister. You're famous for others of fame. And so I don't understand, man. It's very simple, Black Label. It's abundantly simple, okay? That you have an agenda here. It's simplistically simple that you don't like me, and because you don't like me, so then that quantification is your governmental agent. So is Noman, so are others. And so it's abundantly clear, sir, that you're not about the First Amendment. You're not about this movement. I mean, you are a hell of an actor. I mean, you make the claim that you are, but you're about Ben Garcia. You're about Ben Garcia, and only Ben Garcia. So it's all about, okay, how much money can Ben Garcia make? How much sympathy can Ben Garcia get? And, you know, how much can Ben Garcia, fat ass, how much can he profit off of others? Dude, you are not an auditor, dude. You have just created a catchy channel that I do admit is very catchy. It's very well edited. It's very well run. But, dude, you don't create any content. I'll say it again. You don't create content. You leech off of others, and then you don't give auditors like No Man or myself. You fucking don't even take the time, you fat fuck. You don't even put a hyperlink to our channels. So then it's like, oh, well, audience, hold up a sec. I put the link, but, you know, I'm gonna actually run this fucking theory, oh, that swine didn't read it. No, I fucking read it, but most of the people on YouTube are fucking lazy. So they're not going to fucking take the time to write down our fucking channels and go to it. So you know this. You're a fucking scumbag who's a fucking bitch who hides fucking wherever you can get your fat ass. And you want me to kiss your ass. I'm not kissing your fat ass, Black Label. I will not. So even if my subs go to 0, I don't care. That's not what this is about. This is about honesty. This is about fucking accountability. And you have no honesty, no morals, no integrity. And you are a disgrace, dude. How can you quantify that my audits are fucking fake just because I get a interaction? That's what it's about, you fat fuck. How you're so fat that the brain cells are really, through all the fat, they're cutting off your goddamn, blood flow to your brain. Just because you don't get a interaction or a reaction at an audit, then, I don't understand, Label, how you can actually say that is a successful audit. If you're going to be myopic and say, okay, well, I didn't get a interaction or a reaction, so, I'm going to be irresponsible. I'm going to be a fake. I'm going to be a phony. I'm going to be a fat fucking a cunt who doesn't have an obligation to his audience or the community. So we're going to think that is an actual pass when, in all actuality, sir, that the interaction is why we do this. And if you say not, then you can say whatever you want to say, because you simply have a bigger channel than I do. And so, you can fucking say I'm crazy, or you can talk about my lawsuits, and then that can get into how I'm going to sue these federal judges, and you actually, for a defamation of character. You can say that I'm, stupid, I'm crazy, you want to quantify me as a fatty Label. But when you go after my work, then that means, so let's use a Black Label's logic for just a moment. The crazy fucking Ben Garcia logic is, if I am truly fabricating my audits, then that means that I am somehow paying law enforcement to act out of control. So then that means, okay, so then I am supposedly giving them something of value so that they can act out, so then I can sue them in federal court. Ben, do you understand how fucking dumb that is? You're just attacking me because you can get some more viewers. You're fucking attacking me due to the fact that, simply I'm good for your channel. And I'm sure you'll disagree and all your bullshit. But, I'm going to bury the hatchet on all this. If you bury the hatchet, fucking stop talking fucking shit about me. And, I'll go back to doing my audit and doing my own thing. But I'm not going to sit back and have your fucking fat ass saying I'm doing fucking fake audits. And then a sheepable will say, oh, he's doing fake audits. How the fuck do you do a fake audit? Think about that, Ben. How the fuck do you do a fake audit? That means everybody involved from start to finish has to be involved in some way in a conspiracy to create a fake audit. So I just don't, understand. I love fat people too. I just don't like Ben Garcia. He needs to kill himself. I love everybody. Well, anyway, if anybody else has any other questions, I'd appreciate it. If not, then a Black Label, he can stealing content from others. There, does that make you all fucking happy? Good God, we guys have to have the fucking light on. There, does that fucking make everybody fucking feel happy? There we go. Goodness sakes. No, I won't give up until the others stop actually talking about me and making up lies. Well, None for a child molestation. That's not my thing. Sure, go ahead. Ask any questions you want. I'm here for you. I have not had my ears egged. So that's your prerogative for calling the cops on your dog, sir. Well, Patty, you know, I respectfully disagree, and you can unsubscribe. I can talk to myself in whatever way I see fit. Yeah, you can donate if you'd like. You can go to my other live streams, look in the actual description, and actually go to my PayPal account if that's what you want to do. You know, a News Now Phoenix, I wish I could articulate to you guys how I do a fake audit because a fatty up north says it's fake, so it must be fake. But then that means that everybody has to be involved in the audit as a conspiracy, paid off to, so it's fake. So I don't understand how it's a fake audit. Well, if... No, he lives at the FBI building there in Pennsylvania. You know, how... you know, Patty H., I think you have a mental illness. If you don't like the content, unsubscribe and leave the channel. If you don't like me, leave. Like, I'm not on here for a popularity content. Hell, I hope that all my subscribers go down to negative 1,000. So, Bill Norwood, you do... what you do or don't want to do, sir. Well, I mean, why would I fucking want to... why would I want to take my time to do a video on an individual who is clearly too fat to waddle out and hold the camera properly, who would have a heart attack, who's a fucking bitch, who couldn't fucking take the interaction, and he'd be there for fucking 45 days sweating and totally dead, all because it's a fake audit. If you actually call the police, it's fake. So that's why I don't choose to do a video on that fat bastard. Does anybody else have any more questions? Yeah, he did go to Lehigh Valley sticking ketchup, but the reality is this, okay? That him and other auditors only went to Lehigh Valley just to further their own fucking channels. I mean, you know, he can fucking tell you anything he wants. He doesn't give a shit about this. He doesn't care about the movement. If he fucking did, he would act in a different way. He would give credit where credit is due, but he's about the Ben Garcia movement. He's about, hey, how much can we profit off these auditors? How much more fucking fat can I absorb, and how much more fat can I create? I'm turning this fucking light off, you guys. I don't like the fucking goddamn fucking light. And so anyway, does anybody else have any more questions? Well, okay. So if the argument is that I do fake audits, I mean, that's a horrible fucking argument too. So, you know, when you're dealing with a person that is, I mean, as crazy and embedded with the federal government as Ben Garcia, then you have to get equally as unreasonable and fucking equally as crazy as Ben Garcia so you understand the mind of your opponent. So his logic is, okay, I'm doing fake audits. Ah, so I see Fatty's going live. He's going to talk about me more. Fatty's going live. So I need to have a fat kid run across my screen every time he goes live. That'd be awesome. But anyway, so the reason why I call him fucking fat is because, you know, he has a unreasonable argument to my to his argument that somehow I'm doing fake audits. That's why I call him fat. So, well, anyway, you know, I think I'm gonna go do something else. Maybe catch a little of a Fatty live. And I guess I don't know when my next audit is. Chuck Busey, yeah, you can be a mod. Just put your email in a comment, and I'll get a hold of you. I've never done cocaine, sir. I'm not on drugs. Well, I have a court dates all over the place. If you guys want to call the cops, you can do whatever you guys want to do. No, this is just me, Bill. It is a level of a greatness you don't understand, Bill. Nobody bailed me out, Patty. I bailed myself out because everybody else is fake. Yeah, a Fatty's going live, so I'll go over there and see how he's going to bash me some more. I'm not beyond anybody, Merv. You know, I feel, Jesus, Merv, I mean, you quantify me as gold? Dude, I watched your video on me. That is fucking priceless. I mean, that is gold. Also, somebody sent me some video. Well, excuse me, sent me some photographs of you, Merv, that, you know, somehow you're an attorney in California and you like to get pegged in your rectum by a very attractive blonde with big tits and has a dolphin tramp stamp. You know, I think you should close your blinds at night because people, you know, hate you more than they hate me. And also, I get stuff on Ohio Guardian, and, you know, I'm starting to get some things on Black Label, and so people send me things. So Merv isn't here to follow me. He's here for his own selfish reasons because he thinks I'm an idiot. So somehow he gets some self-gratification from being here. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off. I got shit to do. So...